chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. I'm aware that many of you have been pushed to the limits with these narcissists involved in your life. You've been pushed to the brink, okay? And probably many times you packed your bag, you tried to walk away, you tried to get away, and, you know, after all your attempts, you probably gave them chances or you let them back in and things like that. You can end up in a repeat cycle, okay? But I want you to trust my word, right? Being discarded by a narcissist actually makes them struggle and suffer more than you cutting them off, okay? It actually makes them suffer more, all right? Because when you cut a narcissist off in your life, right, like what's happened before, many of you may have cut the narcissist off and let them back in and things like this. They believe they have an influence over you where you're always going to want them back, okay? And also, what I've found out from doing one-to-one sessions with people is many, not all, but many people struggle to like let go of the narcissist, even though they've cut them off, okay? Even though they've cut them off, many people I've spoken to struggle doing the cord cutting exercise, for instance, all right? Like, they struggle to, you know, cut the soul tie. They struggle with the finality of the relationship. They may still be looking on the narcissist that was involved in their live social media, okay? They may have cut the narcissist off and then they see the narcissist with a new supply and it still gets to them, even though they were the one that cut them off. And what I need you to understand is the narcissist is aware of this, all right? They're aware that they abused you. So when they push you to the brink and you cut them off, I'm not saying there's many people that cut them off and they're serious and sincere and, you know, but there's things like dumpers remorse, feeling guilty. You are an empath. You are a chosen one. You are a genuine soul. You have got a heart. And you can feel guilty by not seeing it through with a narcissist, right? And that's why I'm saying what happens when you're discarded by a narcissist is they're shooting themselves in the foot. You gotta know that, right? They're shooting themselves in the foot. They're delusional. They're unstable. They're unappreciative. They're overlooking everything you've done for them. And they're embarking on a quest to think they can do better. They've used you as a ladder to build themselves up, to think that they can go on to someone else better. What they don't realize is they've been intoxicated by your love. They've been intoxicated by your supply throughout the duration of the relationship. They have been intoxicated by it, and they're making rash, radical, you know, really stupid decisions in discarding you, okay? And a lot of the times, these discards are revenge, all right? They're not actually discarding you because they want to get rid of you. They're discarding you to hurt you, all right? That's a lot of what their premeditated agenda is a lot of the times, in most cases. It's actually a revenge because you showed resilience, because you showed strength, because you stopped being controlled so much, because you stood up for yourself. And they'll push you away in hopes that they get you chasing them, they get you after them more. And, you know, some of you might have chased, right, for a little while. But I want you to understand that when you deal with a discard, you're dealing with someone rejecting you. You're dealing with someone making it final. It's over. Now, this is why they shoot themselves in the foot, because they don't know how to approach and rectify that situation when the thoughts occur, okay? When the thoughts occur in their mind that they've messed up, they shouldn't have discarded you, which happens when they run into these new suppliers that are toxic, when they're dealing with their flying monkeys and their minions, and they realize that people ain't on the same level as you, which naturally occurs to the narcissist that was involved in your life. They realize they don't know how to get back into your life, okay? The thing is, you'll be at the lowest point after a discard, but you rise. You rise from the bottom to the top. You ascend and ascend and ascend, okay? You don't stay. People that are discarded don't stay in that state, okay? when you're discarded, you use radical acceptance. You accept it's over. You take it as it's over. Okay? Even if you chase for a little while or some time, you actually accept, okay, I tried talking to them. I tried to talk things through. I tried to patch things up. I tried to repair the relationship. Okay? And it hasn't worked. So you accept that it's over. And you start steadily moving on with your life. Okay? You start going on with your life. Alright? The same thing of being consumed with loneliness can happen for the person that does the cutting off with the narcissist involved in their life. You see? They can cut the narcissist off, telling them they're done with the narcissist, and they still feel lonely. Then they yearn for the narcissist again. Then they miss the narcissist again. Difference is with you, you've been discarded. You might have missed them for a period of time. You might still miss them now. You might, you might still be in a dark place, but you're going to emerge through the darkness towards the light further and further and further. Okay? And that's why the narcissist struggles more in this situation, knowing that they took it upon themselves to discard you, to get rid of you, when you're the only thing that actually suffices them and satiates them, and no one else satiates them. They don't feel satiated with other supply. They don't feel satiated around their family or their flying monkeys or their minions. And they made the decision to discard you. Okay? If everyone can break from that, I dumped him, like I'm in the power position. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. The dumper and the dumpee is a very, 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 very complex dynamic. And although the dumpee seems like the reject and feel like the reject and stuff like that, the true power is with the one who is, discarded. Okay? I just used, non-narcissistic terms because this can even exist in non-narcissistic relationships. All right? Non-narcissistic relationship. Someone does the dumping. The person who's the dumpee is hurt. But the dumpee rises to power again. And the dumper goes through self-absorbed dumper's remorse. Fade and effect bias. Fade and effect bias is where the things that you dump them for start to fade. This exists within the narcissist when they discard you as well. For the reasons they gave you, if they even gave you a reason. Okay? Becomes less and less important in their minds within weeks of them going through with the discard. Alright? They struggle with actually going through the discard. They suffer with going through the discard. It's not easy for them. They're not just wishy-washy, like they can just, dust someone off and they're done with. They try their hardest to make out that impression that they can dust someone off and just move on and everything like that. But that's not what's going on in their psyche, mind, heart, and soul. Alright? Look, I'm not taking anything away from those of you that are watching this video or audio that have actually cut the narcissist off. All power to you. You should be proud of yourselves. I'm not undermining you. I'm not putting you down. But I'm just saying you need to watch out for 6 months down the line when you start feeling dumper's remorse. Because you are an empath and you do have a heart. And the thing about people who are discarded by narcissists are evil. When they do a discard, it's brutal. It's horrible. It's, it can feel unbearable at times. Okay? And it actually makes you really, really dislike that individual. And it makes you disconnect. It really doesn't keep you spellbound. It might for a little while. Spellbound, lovebound. It might keep you like that for a little while. But really, you actually become disgusted by that person. Because they overstep all your boundaries. They take the piss. And they leave it in a real disastrous, chaotic way. These relationships. They discard in a real brutal way. And that gives you your closure. In the way that they discard you actually is your closure. Okay? Like I said, I'm not taking anything away from you, those of you that have cut narcissists off. But I've just heard of situations where people have cut narcissists off and in a repeat cycle again. And you may have even been one of those people who actually cut the narcissist off and let them back in again. And you might be going through regret as you're listening to this video, prior to you listening to this video, thinking, oh, geez, like, why did I let them back in again? You know what I'm saying? With the narcissist involved in your life, like thinking, why did you let them back in again? But really, that's the good nature of you. You let them back in, but they plotted and schemed revenge. And like I said, a lot of the times these discards have occurred not because you're unworthy, not because, you know, someone looks better, or someone's this way, or someone's that way, or someone's this way, or someone's taller, or someone's darker, or someone's lighter, or someone's got curly hair, or someone's got straight hair, or someone's got blue eyes, or someone's got red eyes, or someone's green. You know what I'm saying? It's not because of that. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it because of revenge. Okay? They're doing it because of revenge. In most cases, they're doing it because of revenge. Okay? And they think that part of their revenge scheme is, oh, I'm going to go over here and make them jealous. I'm going to go over here and do this. I'm going to go over and let them go on and fucking do that. Sorry, excuse my language, but let them go on and do that stuff, right? You get the ability to have the closure by the way they treat you during a discard. Okay? Another thing that occurs with people who cut the narcissist off that's involved in their life, which is why it's not beneficial, is they cut the narcissist off, and if the narcissist that was involved in their life chases after them, they enjoy the narcissist chasing. Okay? You have to be real. I'm trying to speak to you real. I'm telling you the truth, right? People who cut narcissists off, a lot of them will enjoy the narcissist chasing for them, pleading for them. But then they don't feel the same way, because I've spoken to people. I know this is not for all of people who've cut narcissists off, but I've spoken to people who enjoy being chased by the narcissist. And then when the narcissist stops chasing them, or the narcissist moves on to a new supply, then they're feeling jealous. And they're the one who done the cutting off. Okay? You don't have any of those emotions when you're discarded. You know? You don't have any of those emotions being discarded. The narcissist doesn't know how to chase you again. The narcissist doesn't know how to. It gives you space away from them. Being discarded gives you like a period of time where you've got your own space, you've got your own time. Yes, it can feel lonely, but you've got your own space and you heal, right? Like I said, I'm not criticizing any of you that have cut narcissists off. You must have been through hell and back with them, and you made the right decision in cutting them off. I'm just telling you, it's a bit of a complex situation. The one who does the discarding versus the one who's discarded. All right. And there are things that can arise with the ones that do discarding, where they feel remorseful, where the fading effects bias kicks in. You start to feel it minimizes the reason why you cut them off. Right. Things like that. That doesn't occur with you. It's discarded. So the narcissist really struggles and suffers knowing that they made this stupid decision to cut off the one and only person in the world that they've never had in their life and will never find again, that truly satiated them. And they're just too stubborn to come at you in a straightforward way and tell you the truth, because they know they'll get rejected. Because you've gone on with your life, they are watching, they see you go on with your life, they see you healing, they see you go on to better things, and they're pissed, right? From a discard, you will go on to success, you will rise, you will ascend. I promise you, you might be in the depths and the darkness of despair right now, but you will get through it. The dark days don't last forever. I assure you 100%, without a doubt, they don't last forever, all right? So don't feel like a reject. See through the veil of why this narcissist discarded you. Reflect on why they discarded you. See how it was a revenge tactic. See how it was an agenda and a motive. It wasn't a sincere, like, they don't want to be with you. That's what you've really got to embrace and understand. That's what you've really, really got to embrace and understand. So anyway, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. You may donate or support to the channel if you want to. Check out the spiritual channel for more content. My podcast is now on Spotify. All links you need are in the description box below. If you would like access to over 100 exclusive videos, daily uploads and custom video requests, join my membership program at ZionMembership.com. Links also in the description box below. There's a 3-day free trial and you can cancel at any time. All content is made by me with no ties to any organisation or university. Your support truly keeps us going. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.